So you're looking for a dog trainer in Texarkana, and yeah, it can feel like a pretty big decision. But don't worry, in the next few minutes, we're going to walk through everything you need to know to make a really confident choice, from the training methods to the costs and even the local rules.
I mean, that's the whole goal, isn't it? To be able to share your life and enjoy your city with your dog without all the stress.
And that's exactly what good training does. It's not just about learning sit and stay. It's about getting your dog ready for the real world, for all the unique sights and sounds they're going to experience right here in Texarkana.
Just picture it for a second. A well-trained dog can handle a nice, relaxed walk at Spring Lake Park, settle down on a patio downtown while you eat, or even navigate the excitement of an event at the fairgrounds without getting totally overwhelmed. This is about building practical skills for your actual life.
So how do we get there? Well, it all starts with understanding the modern, most effective way that professionals approach dog training today.
At the heart of it all is something called positive reinforcement. It's a really powerful, science-backed idea. You simply reward the behavior you want to see more of. So that could be a treat for a sit, some happy praise for a calm greeting, or a favorite toy for coming when called. This is a huge change from older punishment-based methods. The whole focus is on teaching your dog what you want them to do, which builds their confidence instead of making them afraid.
And these points right here really highlight the difference. Instead of using force or intimidation, which honestly often just creates anxiety and can sometimes lead to aggression, this method builds a solid foundation of trust. It makes your dog an eager partner in learning, which in the end gives you a happier and much more reliable companion.
Okay, now that we know the what, let's talk about the who. Finding the right trainer and the right program is the next really critical step. Now, here's something important to know. Texas doesn't actually require trainers to be licensed. That's why professional certifications are such a huge deal. They show you that a trainer has invested in their education and is committed to keeping up with the best, most humane practices.
So what should you be looking for? Well, you might see these acronyms. They come from professional groups that test and certify a trainer's knowledge. For general skills, things like obedience and good manners, a certification like CPDTK is a fantastic benchmark. But if you're dealing with more complex stuff, like serious fear or reactivity, a trainer with a CBCCK or a similar behavior-focused credential has proven specialized training in that exact area.
Next, you'll need to figure out the format. Group classes are awesome for practicing skills around other dogs and people, which is a huge real-world distraction. Plus, they're usually more budget-friendly. Private lessons, on the other hand, give you a totally customized plan to tackle your specific issues right where they happen, like, say, jumping on guests in your own living room.
And there are a few other options too. Puppy classes are absolutely essential for setting a young dog up for future success. In-home training is perfect for those house-specific problems, and then you have board and train programs, which offer a really intensive, immersive experience for your dog.
Of course, we have to talk about the budget. So let's take a look at the typical costs for professional dog training right here in the Texarkana area.
As a starting point, you can expect a single, 1-hour private lesson to generally fall somewhere in this range. This gives you a good baseline for what that one-on-one attention is going to cost.
Now let's see how this breaks down for different kinds of programs. As you can see, a 6-week group class is often a really affordable way to get started. Package deals for in-home sessions usually give you better value for your money. And then you have those intensive options like a board and train, which are a much bigger investment, but for a much more comprehensive result.
Being a great dog owner in Texarkana also means knowing the local landscape, both the rules you've got to follow and the resources that are available to you.
So a few really important local rules to be aware of. Texarkana has a leash law. That means your dog has to be on a leash in public unless you're in a specifically designated off-leash area. Texas state law requires a current rabies vaccine and tag, and it's also good to know that excessive barking can actually become a formal neighborhood issue, which is something good training can definitely help you avoid.
And once you're training, where can you go to practice? Well, the fenced dog park at Spring Lake Park is a perfect, safe space to work on off-leash skills. The trails over at Bring a Lake are excellent for practicing loose-leash walking with distractions. And the downtown sidewalks, they're a great challenge for proofing your dog's focus in a much busier environment.
Okay, so you've done your research, you're ready to start contacting a few trainers. How do you make that final decision? It all comes down to asking the right questions.
You can use this checklist as your guide. First, make sure their methods line up with that positive reinforcement approach we talked about. Definitely ask about their certifications.
You want to hear that they'll create a plan that's specifically tailored to your dog's needs. And always get clear on how they track progress, what kind of support they offer, and all the fees. Asking if they'll work with your vet is also a great final check. It shows they care about your dog's overall well-being.
Because ultimately, this is the whole point. Training helps you build a confident, happy companion that you can take with you on all of your Texarkana adventures.
Good luck with your search and your training journey. A well-mannered dog really does make life so much simpler and more enjoyable. From having friends over without chaos at the front door to just taking a pleasant walk downtown. It truly enriches your life and theirs in more ways than you can count.